What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Ray, so I send us the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm live with what I'm into. Hey, baby. Yeah, I reset the whole internet, so hopefully it'll be better. I can only fucking hope. Yeah, I'm so tired of this shit. I'm gonna look into getting I'm gonna see maybe if we can't get me an Ethernet cord so I can have a direct connection to the modem. Talk to my dad about that. I'll have to look into the price. That should definitely help. Well, I guess we'll see. Well, it'll all depend on the whole Ethernet situation. Plus, if I get an Ethernet cord, that's just good to have, just in general, you know what I mean?
Where's Joseph got to? In here. He signed on as a guard. With his rheumatism, he lived a soul. He didn't try it.
Good evening, my friend.
Can I help you, sir?
Uma sent me. We are to have words, you and I.
Ah, you're one of them, aren't you?
Whatever do you mean?
Never mind. You're looking for sanctuary, then?
Correct.
It's hidden under the Blue Lady shop in the eastern part of the district. The guards have blocked most of the streets tonight, so it won't be easy getting there. The rooftops, back alleys, and even the sewers are friends to those that wish to avoid attention. However, those that inhabit them may not be friends to you. The first thing you'll have to do is to get past the gate man down that alley. Give him the password Evernight. He'll let you through.
My thanks.
Oh, that's cool. You're thinking about me. That's why you get the big fucks.
Password?
Evernight.
Hold on.
And fun fact, the original Blood Omen came out in 1995. And the one of the Easter eggs is some of the victims in this game that are hanging actually use the same voice lines from that game.
Somebody help me, please!
Shit.
Somebody help me, please!
Oh, how they kick the enemies to examine them. Are you still alive, buddy? Don't open that door! It's not really setting the bar very high, though. I'm pretty sure I could do better voice acting than anybody in that game.
What we have here?
I see what you did there.
Belong around here.
He says we must move all these crates to the other side.
What? We just...
I know. He says it's to make way for more to come.
Greedy bastard. We're about full already.
Have you seen how his hand starts to twitch?
No,
Uh, uh. There's somebody called OSHA. Uh. God, that's gotta be a terrible way to go. Then again, if this is based on Victorian society, then there being blatant workplace disregard of safety is kind of par for the course of Victorian times. This was the age of having children work in fucking factories. Yeah, I mean, they were just dumping raw sewage in the fucking River Thames for ages. They had to finally tell them, hey, you can't, you need to stop doing that. In fact, all that shit is why we have safety standards and job places now. Because they found when you just let the companies decide it, they don't. You know what I mean? There has to be some fucking kind of enforcement.
Someone ought to teach you a lesson.
Fuck. Yeah, well, I guess some more things change. The more they stay the same. Jesus.
Someone.
Oh, 1 second.
Teach you a lesson.
Well, I don't really like... I don't really like seafood anyway, but it's good to know just in case. So I wouldn't know that. Can't even get fucking fish and chips these days, I guess. Oi! Why does this fish taste like sewage? Oh, I don't know, Timmy. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think it depends on if you're fucking rude about it, you know what I mean? Asking questions politely doesn't make you a dick. Karen's an attitude thing, you know what I mean? Shit. No, that's not... I'm pretty sure that's not what I'm fucking trying to do either. No. Fuck is that? Who is this? I know I'm supposed to do some with this crate. I forget some of this shit. Oh god, it's one of my favorite bits, man, in the entire series. This coffee tastes like shit. Well, that's because it is shit, Austin. Oh man. And that guy, like, the guy who plays his handler, he has such a lovely voice, like a one-of-a-kind voice, you know? Oh! Yeah. It's good to see you, Chris. Oh, no, okay, I get it. Okay. I remember now. I had to move that out of the way. I totally forgot about that so I can drop the crate through the floor. It's been a while since I played this, so I forget about some of that shit. Vitamin B. Well, at least it wasn't like yesterday. That's an improvement. So all you can really do is hope you get it better the next time. Well, let's just hope your asshole doesn't do diarrhea for dessert. uh...
teach you a lesson.
Oh, Terry's like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, and then gets his shit immediately fucking jacked. What's the lesson, bro? How to die like a bitch? Yeah, see, there's some really great art direction in this game. With just enough color to make it pop. Oh no, they're very much still around. Well, they're still very, very prevalent in America, I can tell you that much.
Simply fantastic.
Oh, look, good old-fashioned guillotine.
Impressionistic neo-modernism was simply breathtaking.
But yeah, I love like some of the Gothic architecture in this game.
Stunning was the pathos of the protagonist. The way he couldn't decide whether to allow fate to sweep him forward or if he should thwart destiny's cruel hand.
Oh, yes, that was interesting.
Reminds me of Sergio Sex Magic.
I've seen those. I've never really went into one. Hot take. KFC fucking sucks, by the way. In my opinion. I think it's gross, overly cooked, greasy, and way too expensive. It got to the point where it's like $70 for a fucking bucket of chicken. Fuck you. That chicken better suck my dick for those prices. Plus, growing up in the South, I had a Southern grandma who made much better chicken at home. So it's like, why pay for this overpriced shit when my grandma makes much better shit? Now I'm gonna see if I can do a jump attack. When I tried to show you the jump attack earlier, the enemy blocked it. Yeah, don't you hate that shit? Well, I mean, you don't have to stay quiet, Chris. Okay. Well, be that as it may, dude. If you're not gonna be respectful, then you can fuck off or get blocked. People who come into my stream come here to chill and have a good time, not deal with people being assholes, so. You can either be respectful or get blocked. It's up to you. So think about that very carefully with the next words that you say. But yeah, like, I hate that because, like, even if the prices are bullshit, it's like the people working there don't dictate the prices, dog. It's like, I'm just serving the fries, bro. Give me a fucking break. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Not gonna handle somebody coming in, I don't know, being a douchebag. Yeah, pretty much. Not gonna handle somebody coming in. Oh, there, he's blocked. He can suck a dick. Yeah. Yeah, I blocked him too. I'm not gonna deal with people being fucking douchebags. I did warn him. You know, you know what I mean? You can't say, oh, he just blocked me for no reason. No, you got a chance, and you were still being a dick. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've been there. Yeah, because they're just trying to be a fucking dick. You know what I mean? That's exactly my point. They're just trying to be a douchebag. Yeah, it's like, you guys are taking have it your way a little too literally, bro. There's gotta be a reason I came up here, because there's not... They wouldn't just have an area for you to come up here. Yeah. Yeah. You think somebody would have something better to do with their time than just be a fucking douchebag? Okay. You just get straight banned. Probably the same guy making a different account. And he really upsets me when you upset my fucking girlfriend. And you decide to be a fucking asshat, so... Keep making them. I'll keep blocking them. I can do this all fucking day, bro. Just makes you look crazy. There's a specific way you're supposed to do this. It's been a while, I forgot. I think you have to hit a switch to lower the water level. Yeah, you do. Fuck. See, I totally forgot about that. I played through this game, but it's been a while, so I forgot some of the shit like that. Yeah. It's like elementary school fucking insults, too. Okay. The bandits are beating each other. I'm just gonna sit back and watch this play out. What, do we have like a gang brawl? Only you can prevent Brit-on-Brit violence. Oh no, now you wanna get me involved. Oh no, okay. Haven't seen haven't seen this much UK infighting since the Troubles. No, wait, hold on. Let me go back, because there might be more here that I didn't see. I want to make sure I get everything. Okay, just making sure.
What creature skulks there in the darkness? Step forth and die!
Yeah, the same thing happened to my mom. She had to stop getting the flu shot. Also, can I just say, like, How fucked in the head do you have to be? They have multiple burner accounts just to troll people? Like, you know, he didn't just make those accounts on the fly. He actually had those fucking accounts pre-ready to troll people because you know he's had this happen to him before. That's what's crazy. Like, imagine making specific counts, backup accounts, and managing them, maintaining them just to be a fucking douchebag. Like, that's too much work for me, man. Well, it is a really iconic horn. Yeah, some people just have a bad response to it, you know what I mean? I guess it's like they're gonna keep coming if I don't turn off the alarm kind of thing. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Well, some shit went down here.
What poor soul has the misfortune of interrupting my feeding?
One who shares your thirst and your curse.
What's that? Alright, love you, bye. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take my medicine to get my drink. Yeah, he definitely looked chipper.
Ah, a voice from the past. So the rumors are true. Cain walks Nosgoth again.
How do you know me, creature?
How I would love to dispatch you here and now. And yet, I am required elsewhere. Good night.
Wait.
Doesn't everybody?
What do we have here?
I'm friends with the monsters under my bed. I'm friends with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop wasting your breath. Well, that's not there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
How do you like my handiwork, Cain? It's been a good night's feeding.
You're a sloppy butcher, vampire. You jeopardize your presence by such bloodletting.
But it isn't my presence that's in danger, Cain. It's yours.
You serve the Sarafan, then?
I serve no one but myself. Ah, I'd forgotten how much I loathe your arrogant tone. It will be a pleasure to silence it for good. We shall meet again soon enough.
Yeah. Well, Cain has kind of earned the right to be arrogant, honestly. If you knew, like, Cain's many accomplishments. He's literally the fucking chosen one. And that's not hyperbole. And pretty much the king of the vampires. He was born to be the Shion of balance. It's a whole fucking thing. I can explain it to you, but then we'll be here all fucking day. Oh, man. The story is very, very dense. Trying to break it down for you in a way that's easier to understand. Okay, so basically, Nazgûl. Okay, the land of all these games is Nosgoth. That's the name of them, Nosgoth. This land is held up by these pillars, the pillars of Nosgoth. All right, man. I'll see you later. There's 9 pillars. These pillars, each of them represents a different state, fabric of reality, and these pillars are tied to the fate of the land. If the pillars wither, the world withers. Each pillar, there are 9 pillars, has a guardian that is assigned to protect them. And the pillars, when guardians are killed, more guardians are born into the world. So whenever a guardian dies, their successor is immediately born. And then there's a 10th person of the circle, who's the scion of balance. Well, Cain was a nobleman from Korhagen. Most of the names in Nosgoth are Germanic. Korhagen, Ustenheim, Vassabond, Steinkro. It's just one of those things about the Legacy of Kain. The people are British and like voice acting, but the places are very Germanic. At least the names. Kain was a nobleman, and when he was about 30 years old, he was ambushed and murdered outside of a tavern. He was turned away and brutally murdered. He was so pissed off that he was offered a deal to come back to life by a necromancer. And in his haste to accept that offer, because he was fucking pissed, they literally impaled him from behind. If you look, it's hard to see with the camera angle, but you can see a scar on Kane's chest, like right there. That was when they came up from behind him and impaled him on the fucking sword. That he accepted the deal, not realizing that part of the bargain of coming back was he was going to be a vampire. Well, thankfully, not 100% like this. More like 10th century Germany. Oh, that's funny. I died. So, he came back as a vampire. That was how he revived him. And it's a really cool like story because like you see him hanging up in hell, and the necromancer actually fucking pulls the sword out of him and gives it to him. So like the fucking sword that you're using in the first Blood Omen is literally the sword they killed you with. But you see him walking out of hell, and he says sometimes you get what you wish for. Implying, you know, like the tragedy of, well, my wish was granted. And for the time, that intro was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, that was an amazing intro for 1995. Yeah, now you exactly. So Kain is promised that if he kills the other member of fuck. See, there's so much lore in Legacy of Kain. It's great, but it's like I'm trying to explain it to you and not bore you to death with the details. Because there's so much fucking lore that I could literally, like, be here for hours talking about this shit. Like, it's a game series renowned for its detailed lore spanning many games. There is this, vampire. And he was, like, the granddaddy of all vampires, named Janos Aldrin. And he was brutally murdered. Even though he was a peaceful vampire. You know what I mean? Like, he just kind of stayed to himself. Didn't bother anybody. But they still killed him. Well, his sireling was a vampire named Vordor. When they killed his master, which once again, his master was just living up in the mountains, basically, he went berserk and killed the circle. Vordor is like not a vampire you want to fuck with, which you'll see Vordor is in this game as well. He's one of the oldest vampires in existence. like over 1,000 years old. So he's really fucking powerful. Well, one of the circle, after they were killed, see, there's so much lore. They punished the guard of the Seraphan. Not the Seraphan, fuck. They punished one of the guards of the circle. And turned him into like an undead skeleton to forever guard them in penance for failing, even though he didn't fail. Vordor just did whatever. But okay, so fast forward, and one of the members of the circle brutally murders another member, Ariel, the Scion of Balance, and her lover, Nubraptor, finds her dead body, and knowing that she was murdered by one of their friends, caused him to go fucking crazy. And because he was the guardian of mind, and because all of the members of the circle share a connection, when he went crazy, it made all of the other members of the circle crazy. And because the pillars are tied to their guardians, it was poisoning the pillars, putting the land in danger. So when Cain becomes a vampire, he gets told by Ariel's ghost, because she's doomed to haunt the pillars until everything is righted. That he'll find a cure for his vampirism. He will find peace if he kills the other members of the circle. So, like, the whole fucking first Blood Omen is Cain going and tracking down the fucked up, deranged former members of the circle and killing them to restore the balance. And he starts off hating being a vampire and repulsed at what he was. But he starts to see more and more human cruelty because he sees like brutal massacres, like Nazgoth is in the middle of a huge war, and he starts to despise humans and embrace his role as a vampire over the course of the game. Because he starts to see it like, well, everybody's killing each other anyway. It's the strong beats the weakest, and vampires are the strongest. Why shouldn't we roll? And so, he winds up, meeting Vordor and taking under Vordor's wing. He winds up becoming, like, Vordor's protege. And Mobius, the Time Guardian, who has power over time, hates vampires. So, see, there's so much fucking lore, man. So, there is this king called William the Just. And he was beloved. Considered to be a great king. He was a boy king. And he was gradually poisoned by Mobius until he became a monster called the Nemesis. And during the time of the first Blood Omen, that war's tearing the whole land. Like, everybody's scared when the game starts because the Nemesis is literally conquering everywhere he goes, and nobody has been able to stop him. So it's like he's like this impending doom for the whole land. He's just razing everything down in his path. So Mobius tricks Kane into going back in the past to kill him. Oh, Mobius is such a dick. Such a dick. He's one of the main villains of the entire series. He's a scheming twat. Trust me, if you'll see him. You watch me play enough Legacy of Kain, you will see Mobius. He pops up a lot. He's not in this game, because this game is like well after shit, but he's in most of the other games. And he's a fucking douche. So, he tricks Kane into going back in the past and killing William the Just before he can turn into, the Nemesis. Because he cornered Kane. It was a whole thing. So, Kane kills him, and that saves him. But the problem with that is, because he killed William the Just when he was William the Just, he became a martyr. You know, because obviously people in the past didn't know in the future this guy's going to become a huge fucking dick. And you actually later learned that it was Mobius that turned him into the Nemesis. He came to William the Just as a boy and poisoned his mind. And everybody was out to get him and all that shit. So Mobius had a hand in creating the Nemesis. But Mobius then said, well, look, they killed this beloved king. And he used that to mobilize and kill, like, all the fucking vampires. And Kane, after all this time fuckery, comes back to the present. And he finds that all the other vampires are dead, that they led a massive crusade to kill them, and he then sees Mobius behead Vordor, who, like I said, has been his mentor, and pretty much the only person that Kane cares about, by the way. And, Kane kills Mobius, but Mobius winds up coming back and throughout the series because he literally pops up all throughout time because he's the Time Guardian, so it's complicated. But even though he kills him, he technically pops up a lot more. Because he was constantly going back and forth in the future and the past and shit. Like, he was the Time Guardian. And that's why he was able to orchestrate that, because he could see the past and the present and the future and how to manipulate things to get what he wanted. And figuring out why Mobius hates the vampires is one of the main pillars of the story. But either way, so Kane kills all the other Balance Guardians, including Mobius, because he's the Time Guardian. And then he finds out that Ariel tricked him. There is no cure for vampirism. He has to die. The only way to restore the pillars is for him to die, because he was also cursed with the same madness that Nupraptor had, that spread all of them. He's the 10th member of the Circle. However, he is conflicted because he has grown to love vampires. And if he kills himself, not only will he be killing himself, but because of Mobius's designs, he will be eradicating the last of the vampires. And Kane, at this point, has become so jaded with humanity after seeing the countless bloodshed and manipulations and murder that Kane says, fuck it, and decides he's going to rule as a king in the land. Even though doing that condemns the land to decay. That's why you saw in Soul Reaver, when I played it, how the land was all post-apocalyptic. That's the result of the pillars slowly dying from him refusing the sacrifice. And that literally became a thing that was a major part of the series. Cain refused the sacrifice. They even incorporated it into the soundtrack. Because Raziel meets Ariel's ghost, because she was still bound to the pillars. She still couldn't get away because she couldn't rest till the pillars were restored, so she's basically trapped there. And Raziel is like, what the fuck happened here? And she's like, Cain refused the sacrifice. And it became an iconic line in the series. So, like, when you play Soul Reaver 2, the first track, Cain refused the sacrifice. And you hear boom, 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 boom. Like, the incorporated the soundtrack was awesome. But, Cain is literally the chosen one meant to bring balance to the world. And a Pillar Guardian at that. And all the Pillar Guardians are supernaturally strong. Okay? Like, they are all gifted with abilities. They're not ordinary people. So before Cain became a vampire, he was not somebody that you wanted to fuck with. Yeah, I know I went into that whole discussion. I only gave you a fraction of the lore, by the way. But Cain is arrogant, yeah, but he kind of deserves to be that arrogant because he's kind of literally, unironically, the fucking chosen one. And, like, the vampire of all vampires. He's not just some random fucking vampire. And, one of the main reasons why Cain didn't sacrifice himself, besides the fact that he didn't want to get rid of vampires, is because everything that he did up until that point was part of Mobius's plan. Mobius wanted him to sacrifice himself there and get rid of the vampires. So by doing his own path, he was trying to say, fuck Mobius, I'm going to choose my own fate. And that's pretty much like the whole point of the entire series is Cain's destiny has been rigged. From the beginning, he was fucked. You know what I mean? Like, he was cursed from the moment he was born because he was infected with the fucking madness of the Nutraptor. He was cursed to be a vampire. He was cursed into this. It was all rigged against him. The whole, like, gist of this series, is him trying to find a way to break fate and find a way out of the game that was rigged. Because everybody rigged the game against him from the very start. And that is the main reason why the series is called Legacy of Cain. Because everything, even in the games where you're not playing Cain, where you're playing as Raziel, everything stems from his choices. And he, he is one of the best fucking characters in gaming and in fiction. He was played by Simon Tippleman, the same actor in every game, and I hope if they ever do a new Legacy of Cain, he'll come back, because he's still in video game acting to this day and alive, and I can't picture anyone else playing Cain. But he's fucking awesome. And he is an anti-hero. He's like one of the first anti-heroes in gaming. That's what I mean when I say Legacy of Cain helped pave the way for more adult games. In general. He's one of the first anti-heroes in gaming. And like I said, everything I said to you was in the first game. And that was 1995. So the writing was on another level, you know what I mean? like I said, like, the storytelling in Blood Omen was so far fucking ahead of the time. It was insane. I mean, Legacy of Kain fucking pioneered amazing storytelling in games. It really did. It's credited not only for being one of the forerunners of vampires in gaming, of gothic in gaming, but for being one of the games that pushed games into mature territory. You know what I mean? It was one of the vanguard leading for a dark, complex, rich story. So, you know, it was a very important game, you know? And all of the games connect together and form an interlocking picture. That's what I mean. I've told you lore just one game. They all connect in. And they're constantly referencing shit in other games. But he he has some of my favorite speeches in gaming. In the first Soul Reaver, he has one of my favorite speeches. Raziel confronts him, and he said, "I would have chosen better. I would have chosen dignity." And Kain says, "You dare speak to me of choice?" He's like, "You can't even conceive what it's like to be in my shoes and to literally know that the fate of the entire world hangs in the balance of my every thought and deed." He's like, "Can you even begin to fathom the weight of knowing that?" He's like, "Don't talk to me about choice." He's like, "I literally, you know, like," he's like, "Your life is like the flicker of an instant compared to mine." Hold on, I'll try to find the exact dialogue because I'm not doing it justice. Um, yeah. Here we go, yeah. "Damn you, Kain. You are not God. This act of genocide is unconscionable. Conscience? You dare speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare to question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the massive doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed. Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?" Fucking just great line, man. And then, well, hold on. There's another one he gives in Soul Reaver 2 that's actually a motto for how I live my life. It's one of the best sayings I've ever seen. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Um, it's it's amazing. He says, he tells him Raziel's pissed at Kain for killing him because he threw him into the abyss. Long story, okay? And so Raziel confronts Kain and it's like, "Fuck you. And he's trying to say, well, if I killed you, it would be for the good of the world. And Cain is just like, dude, we both know you want to kill me because I threw you into the abyss. You're not doing this for the good of the world. It's like, let's drop the fucking posturing. And he gives one of the best speeches, and this stuck with me, and it's a lesson to live by. Cain, let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. And that line, which I played those games when I was a kid, stuck with me. Hate me, but be fucking honest about it. You're not here trying to kill me because you're doing the world a favor. You're here because you hate my fucking guts. Like, just be clear. And like, those are words to live by. Words to live by, for real. And that's just part of a longer conversation, a really good conversation. The storytelling is great.
Vorador, the reformed pseudo-hedonist of Termagant Forest. I had met him once before in his new role of patriarch. I still knew not to trust him. Ah, yes. Who but the father of vampires would lead the resistance? I am honored, Vorador.
I need no false courtesies from you, Cain. We are allies only by necessity. But you are welcome to Sanctuary.
It has not the splendor of your former castle, but I suppose it will have to do.
It serves, but time is short. The Seraphan's power grows by the day. Soon our every haven will be destroyed. We are facing extinction once again.
They thought once before they had destroyed us. Yet you proved them wrong. You created a new race, something I could never do. And from that race, I had my army.
Now we are divided and dying.
Then rouse yourself. Make more of our kind.
It takes time and energy to create a vampire. I have not the strength. No. As Umar told you, we must kill the Seraphan Lord. When he is dead, their power will crumble. You have come far already, Cain, and proven to be our greatest ally. We must plan our attack.
Vorador!
What is it?
The worst has befallen. Forgive me, sire. Uma has been taken.
Taken? How?
Uma was searching the main building in the industrial quarter, as you asked. I stood guard outside. She whispered to me that she had found something important.
What was it?
I do not know. Before she could tell me, she was discovered by Seraphan knights. I went to help her, but there were guards everywhere. I could not reach her. I heard them say she would be brought to the Seraphan Keep for public execution.
No!
Then the guards were upon me, and I was forced to flee. Forgive me for it.
We need her information.
We need to save her life, Cain.
Yes, of course. So, I am to rescue her, sire.
Our kind cannot approach the keep. We would be instantly discovered. You have the power to disguise your presence, but the chief entrance to the keep is far too heavily guarded. You must speak with the Bishop of Meridian.
A bishop lies with us.
The promise of immortality can be very persuasive to a
Man,
bishop whose faith in an afterlife is wanting. The bishop knows a secret entrance to the Seraphan Keep. You will find him in the upper city. Tell him I sent you, and he will give you access to the keep.
And if Uma is dead when I reach her?
Then her discovery dies with her, and with it, our hope. Go now, Cain, and find the bishop. Uma's life depends on you, as do we all.
Yeah, this chapter is fucking awesome. This is the upper city, and I think the atmosphere in this chapter is fucking outstanding. Kane also gets some new duds. It's like fucking sick.
You there, friend? Yes, you. A word of warning. You'd better get indoors as quick as you can. There's vampires on the streets. My sister's husband saw a man praying behind him.
Gates are closed for the night. Move along.
Honestly, I really do love Kane's outfits. They look fucking sick.
So, the rumors speak true.
Marcus, my old friend.
A poor choice of words, Kane. We were not friends.
Will you sour this reunion with old grudges? Granted, we parted on poor terms.
You tried to murder me?
I seem to have failed.
You feared my growing powers. You knew they would one day surpass yours. Is that why you begged me to fight at your side when you waged war upon Nosgoth?
Begged? I never begged.
In your arrogance, you presumed me dead. But I was stronger than you knew. I crawled from my haven and fled into hiding.
That's the Marcus I remember.
When the Sarafan proved victorious, I knew that my destiny lay with the Sarafan Lord. I offered myself to the winning side.
I always knew you for a sneaking, cowardly opportunist. How unfortunate that my poor aim caused you so much suffering. This time, you will die completely, I promise you.
No, Kane. Once more you underestimate me. The dark gifts manifest differently in each of us. Over the years during your absence, my powers have increased enormously. I now have the power to charm all living things, to subjugate their minds and make them do my bidding. You will kneel to me, Kane, and the Sarafan Lord will be pleased with my new slave. Now, obey me. What? Impossible.
What manner of creatures have you been practicing on? Dull mortal fools, with their minds full of commerce and dung? My mind is far too strong for your powers.
No matter. My mental powers still allowed me to read your thoughts. You seek the Bishop of Meridian, do you not? He has some information that you require.
A clever trick.
I will ensure that you never get that information. You may find the good Bishop, Kane, but when you do, he will be dead.
Not if I reach him first.
Surprise, bitch! Yeah.
This fella tapped me on the shoulder. Right there in the Red Raven. That's right, but I could tell he didn't belong there. Nice hands he had, and that look in his eye like he reads too much.
Oh, a swell, was he?
That's right, and he tells me he'll give me a tenner if I follow his wife of an evening and kill the man she meets. And guess who it was?
Who?
A priest at the cathedral. She was going there every night to pray for her son who's run off somewhere.
Wow. What did you do?
What do you think? What I've been paid to do. I'm not one to spit at a tenner.
Is it time yet?
No. Wait till that light up there goes out. The gentry never think. They invite you to their house and what? Do they think you just go away after that?
And there's lots of silver, you say? And the woman has jewels?
Hidden in the same place. Can you believe it?
Well, we'll just have to teach them a lesson about that.
They should thank us for it.
Teach you a lesson.
Yeah, there's some funny conversations like that you can overhear.
You there! You are to conduct me to the bishop's manor on the instant.
We were told to be on the lookout for a vampire.
Not me, you fool. You know me. Cain. Cain is the one you seek.
Well, he's not gonna stop and tell us his name.
You're to kill him on sight.
Those are our orders.
I love the look of this place. The purple, and the cathedrals, the fucking full moon.
must reach the bishop's manor at the other end of the city. Only he can give you passage into the Seraphan Keep. The curfew has set in.
Well, this is not 95, this is 2002.
So be careful
Yeah.
on the streets. The guards are looking for anyone suspicious and will attack you on sight.
Still, I think it looked good for the time. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They didn't really do, you know, they basically just used the footage from the movies, which was fine, but it's not like they weren't doing them in-game, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna cut you to pieces.
How late did you intend to stay up tonight? Yeah, one of these days I'll show you some great Lord of the Rings games.
Die, fool! No! No!
Playing games, you're scaring me.
Yeah. Well, there are a couple of good Lord of the Rings games I could show you. For one, they did an RPG back in the day with those other Lord of the Rings games called Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, and it was really good. For two, they did a game based on The Hobbit, but it was based off the books, and it was a platformer. And considering The Hobbit was a child's book, it fits brilliantly, and it was a fucking great game, and I love it. And then they did the Shadow of Mordor and the Shadow of War games, which are fucking awesome. I've heard good things about Lord of the Rings Online. I just haven't, I haven't played it. Yeah, no, the Hobbit one is fucking fantastic. It wasn't based off of any movie, you know what I mean? It was done long before the actual movie. Like, they purely based off the book. And they did it, it's like a 3D platformer. And because, you know, it was already more kid-friendly anyway, it worked out really well. It's a really great game. And I played it as a kid, and I played it as an adult, and it still holds up, and it looks amazing. And they went for a very stylized and book-like aesthetic, not for realism, so it actually looks amazing to this day. Or are you talking about playing Lord of the Rings Online? Yeah. And it's just fantastic. It's very, very accurate to the books. You can actually use the ring once you get it to go invisible for brief periods. But you can't use it forever because it'll slip off his finger. It's how they described it in the books. Every major chapter of the book is replicated in good fashion. Like, the very first chapter of the game is basically Bilbo going around the Shire and getting stuff ready for his trip. So it's like you get to go and do side quests with hobbits, and you get to lockpick stuff to rob it because he's a burglar. It was a fucking awesome game. I'll show you some pictures of it later. It's really good. And I still own a copy of it. Yeah, no, it really is. And it had a really, really unique aesthetic. And look, that was all its own. But it honestly accomplishes the vision of it very well, I think. And like every scene from the book that you would want to be there is there. You get to see him in the Shire, like I said. You get to sneak from the trolls. They have an entire scene where you're sneaking around the trolls camp when they capture the dwarves. They have him fucking hiding in the caves with Gollum. You get to fight spiders in fucking Mirkwood. You get to be in the town of Bree when they stop off there. You get to activate the mountain with the dragon. Like, you get to roam around the dragon's cave and you have to hide from the dragon and his gold hoard, and it's kind of like almost like the floor is lava because it's like if you touch the gold, it can hear you and it alerts a dragon, so you have to be like you're hopping around trying to stay off the floor. It's a fucking great game, and I still own a copy of it to this day. And it kind of got brushed under the rug because people were less interested in The Hobbit than Lord of the Rings, and it didn't have the same marketing budget as the Lord of the Rings games because they were backed by EA, of course. So it kind of fell under the radar, unfortunately, but it has a strong fan base, and most people will tell you it's one of the best Lord of the Rings games. I mean, technically, it's The Hobbit, but it's Lord of the Rings because they really did justice to the book. And so it didn't, set the world on fire sales-wise, because, like I said, it got overshadowed, but a lot of Lord of the Rings fans will tell you it's a fucking awesome game. Because, I mean, they perfectly captured the tone of the book. And, not just aside from, the book, it's just a really fun platformer. You have Bibbles' walking stick, and you can use it to do long jumps. So, pole vault over alleys, you get Sting, and it actually does glow blue when enemies are near. You get rocks and shit. You can buy potions. So, it gives you an opportunity to actually buy stuff with the loot that you get. They picked really good actors for all the roles. They fit the roles convincingly. I think it's a fantastic game. Yeah, I disagree with that. I actually... excuse me. Fuck. I actually really, really like the Hobbit movies, and I don't care what anyone says. Because people expected Peter Jackson to match The Lord of the Rings in quality. And if he had just done a straight adaptation of The Hobbit, fans would have been disappointed with it. I know they would have been. And not only that, but a lot of what Peter Jackson added to The Hobbit was from Tolkien's other works that took place during the time of The Hobbit. Okay, so, all the stuff with Gandalf, that literally comes from Tolkien. You know how, him meeting with the White Council, him fighting the Necromancer, the Peter Jackson didn't come up with that. Tolkien did. He made a short story called The Quest for Erebor that explains why Gandalf was absent from The Hobbit. Where he's just, absent for a good chunk of the book. And they said, why did you leave? I was looking ahead. What made you come back? Looking behind. So, in that case, for example, everything that he adds with Gandalf was from Tolkien. And it was literally meant to expand the lore of The Hobbit, and that story takes place during The Hobbit. So Peter Jackson incorporating that into The Hobbit actually makes sense, and that was Tolkien's writing. Ah. So, uh, and without that, Gandalf would have very little presence in the movies. He would be present at the beginning, and then he'd be present at the end. Like, if you take away all the scenes with him and the White Council, him and the Radagast, and him with Galadriel and Saruman, yeah. And then, like, other things that he added, also made sense. Legolas really is Thurindil's son. And they do mention his son, but they don't call him by name. But they say, "Oh, the wood elf prince." Okay, so was Legolas in The Hobbit? No, he wasn't technically, but he literally was present during the events of The Hobbit. He just wasn't named. So when we literally know that he was there technically, Peter Jackson deciding to add Legolas is not that much of a stretch. And honestly, he's such a fan favorite character. I see why he did it. And last but not least, a lot of people don't know this, but J.R.R. Tolkien actually was in the middle of rewriting The Hobbit. See, I'm about to go on a tangent here. Excuse me. The Hobbit was not actually originally supposed to be part of The Lord of the Rings. And it actually wasn't until later on down the line that he decided to connect The Hobbit to Lord of the Rings. And in fact, in the original draft of The Hobbit, Gollum just gives Bilbo the One Ring. But when he decided to connect The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, he was like, "Oh shit, that's not going to work. This ring is so dire, nobody wants to part with it." He wouldn't just give it to him. So he rewrote the Riddles in the Dark chapter to be what you now know. And the way that he explained that inconsistency, because, he updated the copies of The Hobbit, is that fake story where he just gave him the ring was the story that Bilbo told at Rivendell. When people asked him about the ring. Yeah. So actually, there's a lot of gaps and inconsistencies between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings because they were never supposed to be in the same universe, and it wasn't until he decided after the fact to add it. So J.R.R. Tolkien actually was going to rewrite The Hobbit to make it more adult, a new adult version of The Hobbit that would better connect with The Lord of the Rings. And his editor stopped him. And apparently he got 3 chapters in, and people have been looking for those chapters for decades. I hope one of these days they find them, because that would be fucking amazing. So, most of what Peter Jackson added was from Tolkien's other works that took place during the time period of The Hobbit. That only makes sense for him to incorporate. And B, Peter Jackson, with the benefit of hindsight, had the ability to go back and connect The Hobbit to Lord of the Rings more. Because, like I said, J.R.R. Tolkien originally didn't plan to connect them, so there's lots of loose ends. But Peter Jackson could, with the power of hindsight, connect the two together more. And you know, like, a lot of the changes that he made make sense to me. Like, for example, people get on to him for Toriel. She wasn't in the book. Well, he said it pretty succinctly. He added her so it wouldn't just be a massive sausage fest. So there would be a woman on the cast. Because otherwise there's like virtually no women in The Hobbit. And it's the same thing he did with Arwen. He significantly bolstered her role from the books. Originally, it wasn't Arwen that saved Frodo. It was Glorfindel. And so he wanted Arwen to have more of a role in the story, so he's the one who made her where she saved Frodo. So he was already bumping up Arwen's role in the books, Eowyn's role in the books anyway, so him adding a new female character so it's not just a fucking sausage fest makes sense. Or like, many of the dwarves getting subplots was because, honestly, if you actually read the book, which I've completely read The Hobbit, the dwarves, besides Thorin, don't really get a lot of a background. Most people couldn't even give you the name of all of the dwarves. And when you think about it, many of them are just kind of hollow. They just kind of exist. So, like, a lot of the stuff that Peter Jackson added was to give them a point in the fucking story. So they're not just, like, hollow characters that are just there. So, I can understand why some people shit on The Hobbit. Because they did take a very different approach. But I personally love the Hobbit movies. Because most of the changes he made were to enrich the story. Because many of the things he added were just directly from J.R.R. Tolkien. So you can't really get on him for adding that when it was from Tolkien's own works. And ultimately, if he had made a 2-hour movie of The Hobbit that was just like a kid's story, people would have lambasted him for it not meeting up to Lord of the Rings. And he had that pressure to make it live up to the Lord of the Rings. And, as we now know, it was even J.R.R. Tolkien's idea to rewrite The Hobbit. To make it more adult. That was literally something he himself was going to do. And, on top of which, I am more willing to forgive him changing the source material because it's good. A lot of the time when they change the source material, it fucking sucks. But with The Hobbit, it's good. I think. So I've always loved the Hobbit movies, and I'll always love the Hobbit movies. And oh my god, they did such a fucking fantastic job with the dragon. God damn, they did, man. I am fire. I am death. And, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, but Benedict Cumberbatch voiced Smaug. Which is actually kind of funny because when you consider that Martin Freeman played Watson and he played Sherlock, it was the Hobbit movies were almost like a Sherlock reunion. Yeah, because I mean, he did such a great job. You know what I mean? He's a terrific actor. Also, you know, I don't care what people say. I don't give a shit what people say. Martin Freeman was like the fucking perfect casting for Bilbo. I honestly can't even think of a better fucking choice to play Bilbo. Well, I'm just saying people don't really give, you know, like, him the bit, like, his due, where he fucking crushed that role. He honestly did. I honestly, you know, I've loved Martin Freeman ever since he was in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. I watched that as a kid, and I was immediately in love with him as an actor, and I've loved him ever since. Yeah, sorry, I just kind of went into a nerdy tangent thing. Alright, babe, I love you. Oh, okay, I get it.
Kane, the Bishop's Manor is near. However, the Seraphan patrols have locked down all the streets. You may be able to trick them into opening the gates. Find the clock tower and ring its bell. The workers will think it time for their shift to change and will open the gates.
I told my lady the girls wouldn't clean his lordship's room with that light burning in there. They were that frightened of him.
The lights stay on.
Yeah. You just missing me sucking some dudes. It's like, actually, you know, Kane's been sucking a lot of dudes dry. It's, kinda gay. Yeah! Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, this game does gothic art so well. I love the way this chapter looks with the elaborate gothic courtyards on the fucking moon. I mean, I like the whole game, but I really love the way this chapter looks. Don't mind me. Yeah. Yeah, most modern cities are a patchwork, you know what I mean?
Prepare to die.
They're not a plague on the land. Don't talk that way. They are the means to an orderly society.
My father said.
And I absolutely love Kane's outfit in this chapter. He's got that amazing gothic drip. Yeah, he gets several different outfits throughout the game. He gets a few more outfits as well. He gets one that I really like. That gives him a hoodie. It's like all red and it gives him like a cloak. Looks really cool. Oh yeah. Dorime! Dorime! Look, my shit fucking has faith in me. Oh, that's great. And super intimidating.
Prepare to die.
Damn it. It's like, kids, mommy's trying to be super scary. Don't fuck this up.
We were told to be on the lookout for a vampire.
You're to kill him on sight.
You there. You work for the bishop, don't you? I've 3 crates of wine to deliver.
I don't work for him.
Oh, yes you do. I've seen you there.
I've left his employ just this minute. I wouldn't go near the place if I were you.
Why not? I've got this wine.
Seraphim searching the house.
Thanks, friend. You didn't take a stroll around the corner for a leak? You didn't rest your eyes for just a minute? No, I swear.
Well, inside jokes help the channel. People who know, you know? They also do a really good job making you feel like a vampire. Oh, hi, Bishop. I'm here to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds dirty, even as you're pushing him from behind. I like to push you from behind, if you catch my dick.
Put that weapon away.
Fuck a duck. I love this weapon. Oh, fuck off. I keep, like, killing him in a place where his fucking weapon clips, where I can't get it.
You there. What's your business here? Who are you?
I beg you, be merciful, good sir. I was butler to the Bishop of Meridian, but the Seraphim, they're inside now. I thought I would wait here.
Where are they?
They accuse the Bishop of aiding the vampire resistance. They're looking for proof. I beg of you, do not tell them where to find me. I will do anything.
Yes, you will. Tell me where to find the bishop.
I can't. I mean, I don't know.
Shall I ease your mind and tell you I am sent by Vorador for the vampire resistance? Or shall I simply tear out your throat and continue my search? I leave the decision to you.
The cathedral. He fled there. He thought he would be safe.
Holy ground will not deter his pursuer. Where is the cathedral?
To the northeast. But it will do you no good. You cannot enter without the proper authority.
I suggest you show me the way, now.
Of course, sir. This way, sir. It is my pleasure to serve you. This tunnel will bring you again to the streets.
I thank you. Good night.
Anyway, I love this weapon. I love the look of it. Now we even have a Gothic cemetery over here. Like I'm saying, a modern Legacy of Kain game could be so fucking good. Like I said, vampires now are bigger than they ever were before. Like, got the potential for a modern Legacy of Kain game. Like, imagine a game like this, with modern graphics, with modern gameplay, in an open world. God, that would be so fucking amazing. Like I said, vampires and Gothic shit's bigger now than ever before. Like, if anything, Legacy of Kain was ahead of the curve, you know what I mean? I feel like if they released the game later, it would have been a lot bigger. If only we had more vampires like Kain, and less like fucking Edward Cullen. Oh, but I glisten. Oh, it's like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit. It's like, yeah, this was definitely written by a horny housewife. How do you know? I can just tell. You know the hilarious thing is? The most unbelievable thing about the Twilight movies is not the vampires and werewolves, it's them thinking that Bella could pull Jacob or Edward. Like, I'm not like being mean to Kristen Stewart. I think she's a good actor when she's not in Twilight. But, like, come on. Like, these two insanely hot guys, like, you know, insanely hot dudes fawning over her. She, you know, and I'm not trying to be mean, she's mid, though. Like, These are like supermodel dudes. Yeah. What do you mean, no pressure? I mean, she's pretty, but she's not like... Would you really say she's like on Robert Pattinson's level? That's what I'm saying. I mean, they literally call him Taylor Hotner.
Greetings, old man. I assume that I address the Bishop of Meridian. I seek information on gaining access to the Sarafan Keep. You are to give me passage inside. I am sent by Vorador. What ails you? Speak!
He speaks only at my command.
What?
You are too late, Kane. He is entirely in my power.
Release him and I may spare your life.
I hold the cards now, Kane. Surrender yourself to me, or I will kill him.
What do I care for the life of some mortal? But the thought of killing you at last entices me. Tell me, Marcus, do you...
Yeah, not saying that because you love wolves. Not saying that because you love wolves. Okay.
You can stop me.
Stay back. You cannot win. The bishop will tell you nothing while he remains under my power, and you will never catch me.
Let's keep it real, Samantha. It's 'cause he's a wolf.
What was that?
Well, you know what? Okay, actually, okay, For one, I'm not Team Edward or Team Jacob. I'm Team Alice. And fuck, what was the name of that guy in the movies that he was like with Alice, and he was like from the West. I think he's one of the most attractive people in the movies. From the guy side. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Woo, going into the church. Oh, shit. Matter of fact, I'm Team Echo. You're technically a vampire, right? Because you got them fangs. You got them fangs, Echo? You little vampire? You bite me, am I going to turn into a werecat? Wow. Like, oh no, I'm a werepussy! I'm cursed to run around in the middle of the night with zoomies at 3 a.m. under the full moon. It's like, what happens when you transform? I go to the door and pat on it repeatedly. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh. You cutie. Yeah, you cutie. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, closed door. No! The closed door. Fuck. That's funny. Yeah, she gets upset because Echo doesn't want to lay on her. I wonder why. No, yeah. I'll say that for that cocksucker. Yeah. Ugh. Not that kind of tuna.
Think you can catch me?
Hey, don't mind. God never give me the fucking OCD. God never do me two favors. God never buy what to me. God never like God never. Not currently anyone else. God never. Jesus, please give me the strength. Please give me that man. Two, please need your sorry. Yeah, and after killing him, you gain the ability to possess enemies. You can take over NPCs to make them do shit for you.
Old man, do you live?
Yes. Yes, I do. I must thank you for destroying that fiend. He robbed me of my mind.
He was a novice. Bishop, I require your help. Vorador has sent me to gain passage to the Sarafan Keep. One of our associates is held captive there.
A fool's errand to enter the very maw of the beast. But yes, I will help you. I will take you there. I will show you the entrance.
Chapter 5, The Sarafan Keep. Now I'll save and in this part